Yeah, we're doing things a little bit differently this time. We're shortened the meeting from the typical hour to about 45 minutes. So at the end, you all will end up receiving a survey. Oh, actually, I was going to say if you had any feedback, we would love to see it, but we're actually unable to see the feedback. But at the end of the meeting, if you could drop it in the chat, and I'll try to remind everybody, we would love to hear your feedback if you like the length of time or if you all prefer the hour.
Awesome. All right, we are 2 past the hour and everybody wants to get rolling, I'm sure. So if we want to go ahead and get started, Pommy, I'll let you take it on.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you everybody for coming. We're kicking off the upgrading service in a virtual world. Oh, let me, oh, too many clicks. Yes, so we always want to kick off with thank everybody for coming. Always excited to have everybody. And we especially want to thank any of the, oh gosh, sorry, it's delayed, any of the new members. Every time I click, it doesn't change and I click again. And we want to thank any of the new members who just recently joined. We created this group so that we can all succeed together, learn from each other, and keep evolving our insurance industry. Okay, so as always, the housekeeping, reminder to please make any of your purchasing decisions on products and services that are currently available. And a quick agenda. So we'll kick off into introductions, do the presentation with Antonella, who's here from Salesforce, have a bit of a Q&A, and then we just have some general announcements about the next meetings that we have and some of our quick links. And Danielle, floor to you.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Danielle Laffey. I am the principal of Insurance Solutions, mostly focusing on the FinServ side, although I have done a couple of health projects at Silverline. For those of you who don't know me, I think that I see some familiar faces and some new ones. So for those that don't know me, I've been in the ecosystem for 15 years, which is forever. I do sales, service, marketing cloud, velocity as well. I'm a marketing champion. I'm a 2-time MVP, and I finally broke out my MVP PJs today, which I was super happy about for my PJ party. And yeah, I've been in consulting for a couple of years now, and absolutely love it. Love helping you guys all succeed together. So.
And then, oh, perfect. Okay. And then, so I'm Pommy Singh. I joined Danielle to help co-lead this group in about September of last year. So I too see some familiar faces. I co-founded HIP10, which is a Salesforce consultancy. We focus on the insurance industry and work with carriers and brokerages, doing all products in the Salesforce space focused on insurance. So all the various needs. And so I too am excited to be here, and we're excited and to be joined by Antonella, who is a Salesforce lead solution engineer. And I'll let you do a bit of an intro there, Antonella.
Sure. Thanks, Pommy. Thanks, Danielle. Hi, everyone. I'm Antonella Lula. I'm a lead solutions engineer here at Salesforce, focusing on Service Cloud. I've been at Salesforce for 2 years, a little bit over 2 years now, and I'm based out of Boston. A little bit about me is that I wanted to share this with the group. I used to be the co-lead of the financial services user group in the Trailblazer community. So here I am today, giving back to the community. I love everything about the Trailblazer community. It's been so supportive to me personally. And anytime I get a chance to contribute in some form, I always raise my hand to as you mentioned, to succeed together. So here's my way of giving back to you and sharing knowledge today. So I'm joined by my coworker, a coworker of mine, Josh. If you want to introduce yourself to Josh, feel free to. If not, it's really up to you.
Sure, I'll say hi really quick. Josh, I'm also part of Salesforce, of course.
I think we're having trouble hearing you. Is that just me?
Sorry about that. Let's see if that.
Like your speaker is the far distant speaker.
It's like you're on the other side of the canyon. Please come back over to us.
How about now?
Much closer.
Go.
Hello, Josh. Welcome.
First time using a computer, guys. Sorry about that. So I'm a relatively new SE joining Antonella. I actually came out of the consultancy side. I was with a large consultant that was blue in color, and spent about 5 years actually selling services there. And prior to that, I actually was a customer in insurance for almost a decade. Former financial advisor, insurance salesperson myself, been in many roles, service sales, etc. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Josh.
Great. And so Antonella has a bit of a presentation and a demo. So we'll go ahead and kick off into the presentation.
So I'm taking myself off from the video, guys. So as Pami and Danielle covered here, we're gonna work a little bit and cover today a little bit of the challenges that we're all facing in this new world and norm in the context of the insurance industry, as well as go over some of the key trends that we've seen so far. And then I will quickly go over a demonstration of the capabilities of how Salesforce can help support your service agents as well as customers in this new reality. And what I wanted to get started here with saying that here we are today, 12 months into a pandemic that has really changed us and changed the world. When we were faced with the global pandemic and companies as well, they needed to really demonstrate the agility and flexibility and to really make changes on the fly to keep their businesses open and employees safe, which is still a big task. So by necessity, they accelerated and accelerated by the pandemic as well, the world has gone virtual in less than 12 months. Crazy to think about it, that it's been so long, 54 or 56 working weeks working from home. So the remote work and virtual education have really exploded, being our new norm. And let's talk about some of the key challenges we all face in the lenses of the customers as well as contact center support agents. Working from home is here to stay, and this is big. This has been particularly challenging for both roles. As customers, we need to get support fast in our preferred channel, and as support agents, support agents really needed to adapt to the work or to do their work efficiently with remote access and virtual collaboration and different types of virtual meetings, you name the platforms. The world has changed so much, and the company and contact centers as well. So all of the changes were expected in some form, although they have been really accelerated 2 to 5 years by the pandemic, to say the least. Another challenge, a big one, disconnected channels. Particularly hard for customers. As a customer, I can't tell you how many times I've been transferred from a department to another department and then needed to provide my case number, contact information, making my experience with the brand frustrating, to say the least, as well as only be limited to be on a phone call with no other channels available. We were going through this a project with my husband. We welcomed a new baby and we needed everything from nursery to really get going, and it's been so challenging and hard. And all the time I was working or dealing with customer support, I needed to provide my contact information, case number, be transferred here and there, and it's made my experience really much frustrating. So disconnected channels can be a pain and are particularly hard for support agents as well, because they need to be on the side when they have to reach out to be in touch with us and to really go back to the customer saying, do I have to repeat the same information 10 times or 5 times already? So it can be tough for them too. Also, the non-ability to be able to find information on the website or a portal or be able to just self-serve myself. That would allow me to return an order easily, or to be able to update my information without having to deal with a support agent on the call all the time. So self-service, which was already a preferred channel for customers of all generation, I believe, and a must-have capability for millennials and Gen Zers, is really helping enterprises manage anything but normal in these anything but normal times. What can I add here? With many branches that are non-essential businesses closed, this is the really primary mean for customers to obtain what they need or to get help from the insurance institutions. So it's here to stay. The ability to self-serve is critical for millennials, as I mentioned, but for all generations. We really need help, or we really can do a return order ourselves if we know or we are supported with how to do it.
Yeah, Antonella, I can just kind of add to that a little bit in the new norm of the world, and some of the challenges that my customers are constantly facing are around, that self-service and the ability to. You can't have face-to-face meetings anymore, right? And I think that really bridged that generation gap that we've been having between either older customers, more mature customers, or agents on the agent side, as well as the carriers and things like that are working with their agents as the lifeblood to actually push things out. So it's changed a couple of my current clients who are actually going straight B2C now, where before they were going through agents only. And the ability for an agent to be able to digitally work with, quote, and get information over to their groups and over to their individuals as they're creating those policies and policyholders has been really key, and something that I really think was very disruptive over the past, what did you say, 56 months of us being at home?
I know, yeah, it feels forever.
Crazy. It doesn't seem like that I've been working from home for 56 weeks, but because everybody was forced to do that, this really did force some of those generational gaps to be closed and force that new digital transformation to take place. So.
Absolutely. Thanks for adding that, Danielle. It's important and it's hard for everybody. So no matter the generation, it's been particularly hard not to be able to self-serve yourself, or to be able to go through disconnected channels and then different departments, and then working from home has been hard for everybody. So definitely hard for contact center agents supporting all of us. So the next thing we wanted to cover today is what's really top of mind for the insurance industry. And this is pretty much, we know that for many companies, 2020 was a digital transformation wake-up call, if you want to put it that way. Companies that were postponing it until then really were caught off guard, and digital transformation went from a concept to a necessity, and it's here with us, and it's here to stay. So the need for digital channels, contact centers of the future, and customer experience automation and artificial intelligence suddenly became crucial. And the pace of digital transformation was really accelerated in enterprise and their contact centers, as companies are making modifications to accommodate this rapidly changing environment and the social distancing requirements at the same time. So what have we seen as trends? We have seen that there is a need to digitalize across all lines of business, front office, back office. It's really all of them. Automation strategies and automation and artificial intelligence, apologies, are really trends that they need to consider in order to succeed in this new norm. And also be competitive with their products, be competitive with the trends of how the industry is going. Never leave customers without being the primary focus of where the industry is going and where they, or where the companies are going. It should be the primary focus. And the workplace of the future is also a big trend. They're really making sure that support agents are a crucial role. They all face that, and they all learn that support agents are here as the crucial role during the pandemic as well. So for being able to still have the best support that they can afford always, and also dealing with attrition, it's big in the contact centers. So still be able to offer competitive strategies internally and externally of products. It's really a trend that we do and we have seen across. So all insurance companies are taking this opportunity to really reimagine the aspects of the service experience, with big emphasis on these increased digitalization across lines of business, as I mentioned. Thinking about the workplace of the future and where they're headed, and what's the digital workplace of the future is going to look like. nobody really knows. So in order to stay competitive and to be out there and to be successful, you really need to think ahead of time. So a lot of strategic initiatives, I've read many articles to attract and return and really be able to retain the support agents as crucial role during the pandemic as well as after the pandemic. So these are some considerations. And Pomi, Danielle, I'll pause here and curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, again, I think that, making sure that we understand that customer isn't just the end consumer, it's also that agent, right? And depending on who it is that you're talking to, it also could be internal people within the carriers and organizations. But understanding that, they need the ability to digitize and to be able to work in a digital way has been really just a key component into driving all of this.
Absolutely. And going back to the customer experience, I cannot highlight this enough, the importance of having a portal, a website, an angle that can really be there for your customers is really crucial.
Absolutely. I've been creating, I feel, multiple portals, whether it's an agent portal or a customer portal, to be able to expose some of the information so that it's accessible, at their fingertips. I think that the Googles of the world have done a wonderful job, and the Amazons of the world, right? I can pick up my phone and have anything that I want at my doorstep in like 2 hours or less, which is just crazy to think about sometimes. And we're just making sure that the carriers and the insurance community overall has the ability to keep up with that pace. It might not necessarily be on your doorstep in 2 hours, but like some of my groceries are from Amazon Prime, but definitely the ability to get it in your inbox and to be able to create large documents and to be able to rate things without having an underwriter to go in and have to touch specific items. Those are really crucial components at this point in time that I'm seeing that people are starting to implement now, just knowing that they can't all be in the office collaborating together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And there's that expectation, isn't there, to service that digital experience, both on the customer side who's expecting it, but even the employees who are working internally, because they are now at home. How do they no longer have access to a fax machine or whatever other weird archaic things that we were doing in the past, where we were filing everything via paper. How do we provide that digital experience internally so they have access to all the information that they need?
Funny you mentioned fax, Pomi. There will be some of us here that would say, fax are really a thing nowadays still? Is it really here?
It's embarrassing. There's some people who won't go away from fax. I had somebody who mentioned how they bought a fax machine this past week because they had a client who refused to receive something by email or they couldn't access the portal, which was an interesting challenge. And so they needed to fax something. So.
Well, we need to be respectful of all generations. So that's a consideration we all may need to still consider. I'll go ahead and share my screen. And just to make sure that you're all able to see the portal here.
Not yet, but let me know when you're sharing. We can see it.
Perfect. So now let's see how Salesforce can really help support some insurance companies provide service in this new virtual world that's here to stay, as we mentioned so many times and as we heard so many times this past year. I'll quickly walk you through this demonstration initiated from the customer, reaching out and looking for support from their insurance institution. Rachel is logged into a branded portal community. As a user, she visits the community to find answers to questions or really ask for help from another community member. And she's really delighted that she's able to have a space and a voice here. And she navigates here she's able to navigate here from any device, from her mobile device as well. What she really appreciates being here is getting that she's able to get a quote from the portal without really needing to go through an agent. From the portal, she can make a claim and it can be on a fly, and anytime that she can start an auto insurance claim, it is really it gives her the availability and the flexibility to review the claim, submit it from here, to upload the evidence if she does have any. If not, somebody can reach out to her, but she can really get something going from the portal as well. So it's important. Topics of interest, how many times we all have to connect for advice or to see how we go about something that is top of mind or something that is a frequently asked question, how to submit a claim or how to go for an auto renewal policy. All these things she can find in the portal, and it's here to support her and to support everybody. From insights to whatever trends are going on, to connecting for advice with an agent, to protecting what really matters the most to her. This is an important space for her, and it is she's really delighted to be here. What I'm going to quickly walk you through is how Einstein bots do help organizations increase case deflection, as well as increase customer satisfaction and loyalty with the brand. At the same time, they do reduce service costs through the self-service portal, in this case, because they have been trained to handle the top 3 to 5 most common use cases. But it's really you defining how many cases or how many common use cases you want your Einstein bot to handle. So she's going to interact with the virtual assistant that is here on the portal. Her experience here can be logged into the portal. We can verify her to submit a first and last name as well as an email address, or you can already authenticate the user without the pre-chat form. So it's really something that all of us can define, or all of you can define to really better fit your needs. The Einstein bot, it is really an insurance-friendly virtual bot, and you can get a sense of what it can help Rachel with today. She can make a claim from here, view her claims, view policies, as well as scheduling an appointment has become really crucial nowadays, as well as knowledge article search or update her contact information. Again, as I mentioned, these are all menus that you really can define, and you want anytime. We recommend customers that anytime they are defining how to build an Einstein bot, to really start with the most common 3 use cases and then expand as they already seeing how the bot is performing. So the first thing she's going to start checking today is her claims. And then from the portal, the virtual assistant is getting her information back, and it is reading her information on the back end to make sure that it has the corresponding information that relates to her auto insurance claim or her life insurance claim. She has 2 that has already active. So she's going to select the auto insurance claim, and the bot, the Einstein bot, it is telling her that she needs additional forms to complete the process. She'll make sure to submit the forms required. And in the meantime, she's also checking her home policy premium to see if there is any changes to her policy premium. So she's going to view her policies, and she has 3 active policies, 2 of type auto, and then 1 home policy. So she will continue the interaction with Claimy, the virtual assistant, and select the policy of her home insurance. So that's what she selected. It gives her the type, the effective date, the expiration date. It gives her a premium, and it hasn't really changed much. So she's happy that that didn't change. And then if she needs to make any changes to the expiration date, she can call in for support, or she can email or reach out to any form, like reach out to support to do that change. She doesn't want to view any other policy, so she can say yes to this menu. Or say no, just because we happen to try the home policy out. Apologies for that. the bot will come back to her saying if there is anything else she needs help or support with, and she can say yes. What really she's looking to is to get some more information on how her insurance company is supporting customers through these hard COVID times. So she can, from here, she can select the knowledge article search. And what this really does is going back on your Salesforce knowledge articles and reading the information that she's either looking for, or the customer can also type what they're looking for. Very important to understand here as we set up or when we roll out Einstein bots is that they can work as menu-driven bots as we have done so far, what the demo focus so far. But also if you type information in, it goes through reading the natural language processing, and it gets that information and it matches it with a menu that is supporting the customer in that form. She really wants to find out how COVID for individual and what it does and how they can support her. And she can select that. The bot comes back if this information was helpful, and she can say yes. So there are different ways to go about things. Another one that I want to mention and bring to your attention is to schedule an appointment. This is big nowadays. Virtual appointments are here to stay. She wants to schedule an appointment with an advisor, and she interacts with the bot to select that. Different ways to schedule an appointment. Another one is to leverage our Lightning Scheduler solution. Customers can also do so from the community, or you can call your customer, your agent. She or he can help support you go through scheduling an appointment as well as doing it from here. The bot comes back with what time would you like the appointment, and she can say Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It reads that information, it translates that into a record in Salesforce. And one last thing that maybe she needs confirmation on is to go back to the main menu and to be able to update her contact information. She just happens to have a new phone number. So instead of having to go through support, she can click here that she needs to update her phone information, and then it would be 617 949 9133 or whatever. So that information will be read from the bot. It will match it to whatever information that she has in Salesforce. It will update that on the back end, and she will confirm that the change is indeed authorized by a message that you can send out to the customer. So these are just some forms that we see bots interact with insurance companies, or we see customers interacting with bots on the insurance industry. The most common use cases, as I mentioned, are viewing policies or making changes to the claims or viewing claims or knowledge article search. Schedule an appointment with an advisor is a big one, as well as updating your information. Or there have also been cases where we have seen a lot of requests from our customers to be able to get get information on a case, update a case record, or view all the cases that a customer has open. Now, after she has interacted with the bot, she's still looking to get some support. And through Omnichannel now, I will be showing you how Rachel will be routed to the next available and skilled resource to be able to handle her request. If we think about it, how important this is for customers, it's a huge time saver to be transferred from the virtual assistant to a real one with just the power of a click. So from here, she can transfer to an agent. And what the Einstein bot will do is transferring her to the next available agent, who happens to be me. So I will pick up Rachel's transcript, and from here, I can type a message to her, or I can be searching one of the quick texts available to me anytime, instead of having to repeat the same information or having to repeat the same context or the same text again. I can
Antonella,
yeah,
are
sure.
you looking at just the insurance portal, or should we be looking at something else? Because we're still seeing the portal.
I am looking at something else right now.
So I think you might have to change. It might be on the wrong screen, or
Probably. Let me share my screen again. and this needed to be a back and forth
There we
interaction with
go.
Rachel. Here we go. Apologies for that. Yes, it is another screen, Pommy. So here is me, the support agent, supporting Rachel. I have access to all the interaction that she has had so far with the Einstein bot, the changes that she made, what information she has updated, and what kind of support she might need. She's interacting with me in real time. So because I cannot flick my screen right now, I cannot really type from here and here in order to still be able to share my screen with you guys. But what she really still needs support on is to get a sense of where her case is. And she has called like 2 days ago to be able to find out if she can make changes to her auto policy. There is an open case. The agent reviews her case. It is the agent is really equipped with knowledge relevant articles to help her solve the case, offer everything from providing what she really needs in real time. Give me a second to get here. You can see that she has a case open. The case is all about making sure that she's able to make adjustments to the auto policy, and it is possible. Anytime the agents are here searching or how to solve for something, knowledge articles is here, and it is providing contextual context in order to make sure that within the console they can save the day to the customers by really seeing how they can help them better and how they can help support. This really does the case, and it is telling the support agents that as long as there is a named insurance, they can make adjustments to the policy whenever they need to, and they don't have to wait until the renewal time. So this is really a helpful knowledge article that is supporting the agent. And from here, the agent, since he's making sure or she's making sure that Rachel has the support she needs, she can go ahead, or the support agent can go ahead and close the case from here. A smart way and a productive way to save them from some additional steps is to close the case and send the survey to the customer by running a macro. It's a big productivity tool. They are equipped to run a macro, and what it does, it is you can set up a macro to attach a knowledge article or to send an email notification and or a survey to the customer real time with just the power of a button. Macro was applied, the email was sent to Rachel. She has the support she needed. She can still continue the interaction via the bot, or since the case was closed, she can get an update via the bot that your case has, via an email, apologies, that the case has been closed, and she can absolutely go ahead and make changes to her auto renewal policy without the need to wait a little bit longer as she would have thought. This is a quick way to show how we do support agents to support their customers. They have a clear view of who Rachel is here. They can make sure that they are all aware of all her life events. They're big. They have insights into the household, into all the customer property, into all the service requests that Rachel has created or opened so far. And they can get a better sense of the policies and claims that are up for renewal, that are already expired, or where the expiration date is going and what type of support she might need in terms of looking to the future. From here, they can leverage next best action, that it is telling the agents, or it is making sure that the agent is aware that there is a renewal discount of 20% for multiple policy offers. And if they're on the phone call, or they can email this out to the customer, or they can reach out to the customer when they're interacting via an Einstein bot or real chat. Meanwhile, they are chatting with the customer real time. They can make sure that the customer is aware of this offer, and they can offer the discount or dismiss it if the customer is not interested. But from here, they get a great view of where the customer is, who they are, what kind of interaction that all service agents have had so far, as well as be able to schedule an appointment from here, leveraging the Lightning Scheduler solution that I just talked to you about earlier. This schedule an appointment, or the Lightning Scheduler solution, you can leverage it in a bot, you can leverage it in a portal, and you can also make sure that the seamless experience will be added and made available to the agents as well, so they can schedule an appointment on behalf of the customer if that's the preferred way to go from the customer.
Very cool.
A great way for people to see all of the information.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Has anyone on the call, I've implemented this a few times for some of my clients. Has anyone on the call, does anyone have this currently that they're using?
And we can also open the
And you
floor
all
up
have
to
something
any.
to take back.
Yeah, exactly. And we also can open up to questions if anybody has any questions. Any thoughts?
We've seen a great use of Lightning Scheduler and the ability to schedule appointments, either virtual appointments or in a branch appointment. Nowadays, it is not even possible, but it's gone virtual, and it's a solution that we've seen a lot of use cases adopting it. Danielle and Pommy and everybody on the call.
Definitely. And even on the knowledge base articles. So even for carriers who maybe are trying to give articles to their agents and brokerages to access the articles and information that they might have, it's an easy way for them to distribute that type of branded material and to supplement information like that.
Absolutely. And now with the ability of with a new feature that agents, there is really no need to even search for an article, but it will be recommended to them based on the case subject line. It is really helpful to them in terms of really with a click of a button, being able to send the solution, or as they are talking to a customer, being able to really provide them with a solution right at their fingertips.
That's awesome. The right information at the right time is kind
Exactly.
of where we're all going.
Yep.
Great. Just last moment for any questions. Awesome. Well, hopefully that was a really interesting take on some of the services or service solutions that are provided from Salesforce.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. It was definitely eye-opening, and it sounds like there's some people who have some things to take back and maybe implement later.
Yeah, like it's really the like Einstein use cases is really deflecting the top requests and qualifying and resolving routine customer requests, as well as also be able to really help the support agents without the need for the support agent to go through what the customer has already been through working with the Einstein bot. When I say working, I mean virtually working, but they have like a real view of what the customer has already previously asked, so they know where they're coming into the picture and what type of support people might need after the interaction with the bot. And it's great to have that constant context before you interact with a customer.
Agreed. Yeah, very exciting. All right.
Well,
So
thank you so much for that. I appreciate you taking the time to come and present to us. So thank you.
Well, absolutely. I do
Yeah, we
appreciate
appreciate it.
you, taking the time to really talk about this, and thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're excited to showcase it to everybody. And speaking of showcase, we have our next meeting is in May, on May 19th. We are working with some agency management systems to come and showcase their solutions to our group. So far we have two pretty locked in, and we're hoping for a third. So just to see some of the various agency management systems that are either built on Salesforce or connected with Salesforce, and to see some of the solutions that they offer. And then our one after that will be on data archiving solutions. There are some organizations that have either been on Salesforce long enough, or they have a lot of data that needs to be archived in an appropriate way that still meets compliance. And so we are going to speak about that on July 28th. And we also will share this deck at the end of the meeting, or you'll receive a copy of this. So we also have some helpful links. If you haven't already joined our Salesforce for Insurance user group, please join. We would love to have you. There's also a link to the Financial Services Success Group and just in general to the Trailblazer communities. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for attending. We appreciate you all for showing up, and we're excited to have a few more events coming up.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks all. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Have a good one.
Bye now.
Bye.